Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon vibe check-in just to see what we can expect for the week ahead, what messages Spirit has for us today, as well as I want to try something a little bit different. So I have these Magic the Gathering cards I've been meaning to use for a while, and today I walked by my desk and they're like, use me. So I'm just going to shuffle it when it's time and see what messages we go with and what creature, character, or whatever we have, and use that how it's meant to come in through today. So before I start, I want to say I got a few different messages. So as I came to hit record, I saw Chickadee come to my sunflowers and I heard small but mighty. And then I'm shuffling, pre-shuffling, getting ready, and I heard small changes make mighty big differences, my friends. So, and just because one person, we may feel like we're a small part of a huge whole, but we can make a mighty big change as well. So for all my subscribers, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for being here. You mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If this resonates and you feel like you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe, join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along the ride. And guys, remember, use a discerning mind throughout this. If it feels like it resonates, great. If you don't feel like it's for you, disregard it. Go about your day. But remember that no matter what messages come through, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in your world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, this is personal freedom, it's personal power, and my friends, it lies at the tips of your fingers, the soles of your feet, so use that power to do wisely. I'm going to take a moment as well to call in Spirit. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, as well as any of your spirit guides or my other guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective to join us. So I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to use me as the clearest channel for the most far-reaching messages, but again, only for the highest good, only top shelf here today. So we have one card that's come out here, and this was Disruption, which was the Tower. And what did I say though? Small but mighty, and mighty small changes can make mighty big difference in the world as well. So right away, as well as what I heard is this, for some of us, this is putting ourselves or putting the pieces back together differently, as well as lighting. What I heard is letting the light in through the cracks. So I also heard, because of the way I dropped one to the floor, I'll get it, but there's here, there's been a change, or there's been something where I feel like it's almost had to separate the head from the heart, and that the heart here, what I heard is with this disruption, has been very, very guarded, as well as they're taking me here to like this mid-torso area with the X, and I think that it's important. What I heard is that we're focusing on that solar plexus area. We're focusing on, we also have spiritual union with this yellow, that for a lot of us, this could be another person, but for some of you guys, this is, what I heard is cracks and disruption in our own foundations, where we are having to come into spiritual union just with the divine within our own worlds. But for many of you as well, this could be within partnership, within divine partnership. But as well as what I heard is there's going to be changes. This is letting the light in. If you see here, this forehead to forehead, like this third eye, this cup with eternity under it as well, it almost feels like what I heard is there's a wealth of knowledge here. So somebody could be coming kind of into your world. What I heard is could be communication or something like that. You have Triumph here. It's in the reverse, but I'm going to put it up like this. There's a lot of changes that you may have really wanted and hoped for and wished for, and now what I heard is it's implementation. It's time to implement. Because if you can see whatever's overflowed, there's so much sparkle around this. So these changes, what I heard is, while they may be small, they are definitely mighty. You have Envy and Deception was at the bottom. I'm going to see what the Tower is a little bit here. What's this disruption that's going on? Thank you. Destiny. They just said 1010 in my head too, which for me that was a really strong awakening number. But I also feel like it comes to with our heart. They're also telling me 1210, which I used to see on my barbecue. My old ass barbecue was Shepherd, and it said Shepherd 1210. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I mean, this is Christ consciousness as well. And this is bringing or birthing in new ages. And what I heard is union, as well as 1, 2, 3, like there's an importance of here what is seen and who is supporting, the unseen forces supporting there as well. And again with the hands, so here these hands are over the hearts, here the hand is over this heart. There's a lot of protection, and I feel like it's really important for me to show you that. This could be what I heard is flip sides, two sides of a coin as well, is this disruption may be kind of looking at how things have played out in our destiny. Could be with specific people, could be how our worlds are colliding and we're bringing in this kind of energy into our worlds, or we're starting to really, what I heard is some of us become more open with our spiritual connections, become more in tune with our spirituality, and just feeling connected within our own world. But there's definitely a change here, and to me this is, I just want to say, I feel like very masculine, feminine dichotomy here. Again, masculine, feminine, and there is this seven, this triumph really reminds me of taking charge, right? Going after what it is they seek, or what you shall seek. And sacrifice being on the bottom, to me, I want to show you this because that envy and stuff, this could be the things we told ourselves. This could be the lies I heard that we've told ourselves, or cultural conditioning, societal conditioning that's told you one thing, and you're like, I don't need to believe that. I heard it specifically, and they're taking me again to the yellow. I'm throwing cards. To the yellow. To the yellow. To the yellow. To the yellow. For some of you, this is always following the light, but that light is within our hearts. I heard the words for some of you is twin flame, because this has gone on for eternity, right? This is soulmate. This is a spiritual connection that is meant to, what I heard is enhance and enrich your life, okay? So take that how it resonates, but I'm going to grab some Moonology Oracle before I move into the tarot as well. Spirit, what messages do you have going forward here? And you have unleash your kindest self. The bottom of the deck is practice gratitude. And what I heard is this is practicing gratitude. They tell me to cut the deck. So I saw this one, reveal what needs to be seen. I'm going to take that. And then the one under doesn't want to come off, because I think reveal what needs to be seen. It's been hard for someone, or this has been a hard cycle. Speak your word into being. Again, that lies and deception showing up with reveal what needs to be seen. Speak your world into being. This is Gemini. We have Scorpio, Sagittarius, and we have Capricorn. With unleash your kindest self. Bring out your true self. And this is really releasing all of that, again, that cultural conditioning, that stuff that other people's jargon or whatnot, that's kind of clouded our sense of vision of ourselves, and again, our true self. And this is really allowing some of that stuff to go, to fall away, right? So that we can allow the cleansing, anointing, the energy, this blessings into our world. And I love that there are flowers here as well, because within those clouds, it's like, we oftentimes, I think some of us, oh my God, 12:10. Some of us feel like letting go has to be a scary, hard thing, but it doesn't. And it's again, small changes make something big. So what they're saying as well is, like, even in your diet or in your mindset, if your daily habit, if you take a 10-minute walk every single day, that's something that you're setting into motion. That's a small change, really. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, set an alarm, go back for another 5. And, you know, each day you might find yourself being like, you know what, I want to go for 15, or I want to go a little bit longer. That's perfect time to clear your head, as well as you know, let some of this stuff go. And for many of you, I think walking is important, because there's like, it's getting you back in touch with your path. So speak your word into being as well, making sure that your words, what I heard, are kind. And this goes back to that whole, like, if you don't have anything nice to say, just zip it, man. But there are going to be things that need to be said that may not be the easiest to talk about, the nicest things to talk about, and this is where we have to do it in a nice way. Because reveal what needs to be seen with unleash, speak your word into being. What I heard is there's a lot of truths that have to come out, okay, for this destiny or whatever it is to line up. So practice gratitude for the path you're on. Practice gratitude for your abilities, your mobility, your sunshine. Because you see the sun's going down here, but it's not gone completely. So rather than seeing this as, oh, the sun has gone because it's not shining so bright, being grateful for the light that was still in front of us. And with this, the moon, we've just gone through the full moon in Pisces. I've been feeling it hard, man. Like, sleeping today was, lately sleep has been not my friend. And I do feel like it's been the moon just tossing and turning and, like, not really able to get back to sleep either. So, interesting energy. Okay, so a bunch of cards flew out, and the bottom is the Fool in reverse. They're telling me again, part of this is Mercury retrograde energy, so some of it is like, some of you may be not taking steps in the directions because Mercury retrograde, you're not really wanting to start something new yet. But for some of you, like, this is where revealing what needs to be seen. This could be picking up on a past situation where I heard friends, lovers, you know, family, however it applies to you, or again, just, you know, your own spiritual connection with the divine on this mission. To taking me to the amethyst, what I heard is now's the time, but doing it with our kindest self. That's how we triumph. So the Four of Pentacles in reverse, Judgment in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, Magician in the reverse, Fool in the reverse. I'm going to take them out of the reverse, but I feel like it's because until there's a conversation or a discussion that needs to happen before any movement can come forward. And I do feel like there's a lot here where there's blocks here. Someone's definitely holding it to themselves, guarding their treasure. Judgment. See how beautiful those truth butterflies are? I do feel like somebody, what I heard is maybe afraid of commitment, but afraid of judgment, afraid of what seeds with these poppies as well that they've planted, because these things multiply, right? And I think that it's going to be really important here. If you see everybody down here, they're naked, because that truth is naked, releasing these blue beautiful butterflies, because when we set the truth into motion, again, small changes, small little things make big transformation. So the Magician, the Page of Swords, thinking before we speak is what I heard. Knowing as well as, like, I did hear something about you're in control of the conversation, but I feel like this means, like, the tone too. Like, first off, there's a couple different ways in getting this. Moving forward, choosing not, when we're triggered, not to go all like, woo, we got the Nine of Swords in the reverse here with the Eight of Cups, like something that's bothered us a long time. Page of Pentacles was under there with, I want to show you this as well, because the Tower, which is basically disruption, lightning. And what I'm hearing is Ronnie James Dio, it's Dio, Rainbow in the Dark, and then Corey Taylor did it too. When there's lightning, you know it always brings me down. It's basically like you've been left in all alone, like a rainbow in the dark, is something here. And that might be specific for some of you to look that up. I just love the song, and I was listening to it earlier, but that's the song playing in my head anyway. But this as well is like thinking about what we'd like to do and moving forward again with this green and this heart, speaking our truth with our authentic passion is what I heard. And again, not being afraid of this, not being afraid of the changes that are going to come, but rather kind of being open and looking forward to what I heard is the mission itself and what changes life is going to bring. This to me symbolizes as well this Magician, their wings. They can move at any point, but this is making sure that it's done so in a skilled manner and within balance here. So for some of you, I heard you may have to make the first move, and in this case, what I heard is it's your move. Take that how it resonates. But a Page of Pentacles here at the bottom as well. Like with that Page of Swords, the Tower, the changes, like this to me, okay, and again, vice versa if it resonates, but to me this is, so if someone does come to you, this is so a bunch of messages, but if somebody does come to you, this is really being open and to what they have to say, being responsive and listening, and then having something to say, not being reactive. I feel like for some of you, it's going to be important that if you need some time to think about what they say, you actually say, you know, you've presented me with a lot of information, and I really am just going to need some time to process it and think it through, and then I'll come back to you with, you know, whatever I need to say. Spirit, is there anything else before I move on to these magic cards? The Eight of Pentacles, and this I feel like a lot is we've learned our lessons. The spider web's important, and the bottom is the Six of Wands, holding the victory. So the Two of Cups was under that as well. The Empress is under there. With the Seven of Wands in the reverse and the Queen of Swords here. For some of you guys would have heard this as Reiki energy. This could be air sign. Again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The World's under that with the Two of Swords. I think there's a lot of understanding as well that this conversation, this enlightenment, these changes, this moon, the energy that's coming forward, I feel like there's a real desire for peace, for not struggling, and I love that again the transformation is so strong here. For many of you, like if you're resonating of being in your feminine, you're very open and receptive, but they're taking me to something else. Look at them. He's holding the wreath and she's allowing growth and transformation in everything she does. There's this other masculine, feminine kind of dichotomy here. So this could be, again, within your relationships that things are really going to change, and reminding you to stay within balance and open communication. And what I heard is being kind and good to each other's hearts. So when I said that, I had two land cards. Oh my god. I shuffled a little bit. But we have water. Two basic island cards. And I think this is really important, the way it went like this, because to me this is emotions. You both have emotions. And look at the growth on top of these islands in the middle of the water, in the middle of the ocean, in this fantasy world. Their sun is coming out, and you would feel like what possibly could grow on this? A little bit of dirt, but things survive and things thrive. And I'm feeling like the emotion in this connection is strong. And it's been there the whole time for both parties, no matter what this connection is. But I feel like there's been a real choice, and what I heard is decision to hide it. And how in the world, what I heard is how in the world can this move forward if there can't be open, honest discussions about it, and also learning from the past. So if you've resonated with this part and you think it's your move, what is the victory like to see? What lessons have we learned that we need to move forward in this with? And what truths do we need to do to kind of, what I heard is end war, make the peace, to do this in a loving way that brings victory to the situation. So the bottom, there's more swamp there as well, but that is really looking in the murk of things to say, okay, I'd really love to be in my feelings, but also the reason there's a separation is, again, because of this murk. So the changes in the tower energy and all of that stuff, what I heard is, again, it's lying what's beneath, because some of us, those feelings have been hidden for so long, and it is, they're dropping feelings out again, but it's because we have, I heard it's been tried to protect yourself. So again, the feelings, they keep coming out. 2 of them with Octoprophet. When Octoprophet enters the battlefield, look at the top 2 cards of your library, then put away any number of them on the bottom of your library, and the rest is on top in order. So it says, in every swirls the tide, it sees the awakening of things yet to come. And how beautiful of that as well is that this is the 8 to me, that with every turn of the tide, it sees what is to come. I think this is important in terms of when we've learned our lessons as well. This is also understanding, like, cosmic connections. And to me as well, this is understanding how things that we've held so deep, because this octopus, again, it lives in this water, that things that we've held so true to us in such a, it's almost like as we, if we're holding these things in these swirls of eternity and time and we're not changing, then yeah, we can see exactly what's going to come through. There's some of us, I feel like most of us, all of us have these things where we aren't allowing them to go, and it really needs to go through this change, and I heard, to a different dimension. But this also needs to go from heart to openness, right? From being able to be in the water to breathing air. So being in our emotions to being able to be something very rooted and grounded in the physical. And the bottom I wanted to show you is called Disentomb. Sorcery. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If we run out of warm bodies, then cold bodies will have to do. But this is also knowing that from this, right, this to me tells a graveyard. Something is coming back around, something's coming back from the dead, so to speak. But this is also knowing that using those experiences to your own knowledge now. And for some of you, this is a warning, necrophilia is frowned upon, my friends. Anyway, before I go off on a tangent of that, just remember that there is an importance to the cycles within our worlds as well as our heart space, and many times when we learn the lesson and we realize that something we've been doing is actually tied to something, and it's like this inner core wounding that we need to release and cut the ties for, it makes big changes in our world. So that's what I have. I love you all. I hope it made sense. They're like, grab the top of it, which is murder. By fate or I will, every reign must come to an end. And I don't feel like this is murder in terms of destroy the target, like go ahead and murder someone. Please don't do that. But this is, I think that this is putting that end to the old situation. And also, if there is something that, you know, is come up from the dead that you're like, yo, I have no desire for this, squash that shit right away and put an end to it. Because if you entertain things that are going to hold you stuck more in limbo, what I heard is it takes longer for you to get to this end goal, which I do feel like is a happy, peaceful heart. So just removing the energy that you know has done you ill is what I heard. So anyway, love all of you, and I will hopefully talk to you all soon. I'll be getting back to my zodiacs tomorrow. So if you haven't seen yours yet, promise it's coming. Bye guys.